Do you like pizza?
I love pizza. Everyone likes pizza. Why?
I don't know. I got someone to talk about something.
We've eaten pizza so much together.
But you've never actually said you're enjoying it.
No, I definitely have. One of my a memory that I have that's like one of the only times I ever really remember being grateful in my life was we were sitting eating F&J's and I said to you, "We're so lucky,"
Oh, yeah.
because it was so good.
I thought you just meant in general.
No, I have absolutely no ability to appreciate the good things in my life, except for that one time we had pizza.
Great.
All right, so I think I haven't had a chance to come up with a new plot. Last time we tried to redo Baby Bones, but we did not. So unless you have another idea, something else you want to run with, we could try that again. We can use that outline again.
No, I didn't do homework.
Okay. Well, me neither. So, and we didn't use the homework from last time, so we could try to use that again.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, the same story?
But we didn't use it last time. Remember? We kind of went in a completely different direction.
All right.
All right. Let me pull that up. And you can pull it up too if you have your phone, because I texted it to you a while back. If you need me to resend it, let me know.
No, please. It's like 10 pages. Don't send it again.
Skeleton. Okay. All right. So, once again, basic premise here is that a baby is born and it is an animated skeleton.
Well, it's not a cartoon.
No, but you know what I mean by animated, right?
It moves?
Yes, it's a living skeleton has like really fucked up implications, so I don't want to say that because like that's how people describe like very malnourished people. So I'm saying an animated skeleton.
Okay, but not a cartoon.
Are you really asking if it's?
No, I'm adding cliff notes.
You're adding cliff notes. What?
To your statement, I'm putting little things onto it.
You're clarifying for the listener.
Sure, if that's what that means.
Well, no, I don't know. You tell me.
Say the sentence again.
A baby is born, and the baby is an animated skeleton.
But not a cartoon. See?
But not a cartoon. And now that I say it, I can see why you would need to clarify that. Because if I just say animated skeleton, I do imagine a cartoon skeleton.
Yeah. Like the old Caleb Calloway fucking...
That's also an interesting premise. Like, what if a baby was born and it was a cartoon?
It's too Roger Rabbit-y.
It is too Roger Rabbit. And I think that would be an interesting sequel to Roger Rabbit. Like, no.
Oh, him and Jessica Rabbit have a baby and it's a skeleton? Well, they would assume it was a cartoon, though.
Yeah, and also there's not really a distinction between Toon World and regular world in the Roger Rabbit reality. It's more like a segregated society.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so let's set up the scene. We have the expectant parents. They're living near an old abandoned house. So this is starting out the same as the last episode.
And the wife is pregnant and fucking sprinting.
No, she's not sprinting. Because we already did that. Because I said yes last time and we ran with it.
Yeah, well, you said I'm gonna pretend that's not happening, and you pretend, as in me, that it is. There was two separate worlds that we agreed.
This is the first thing you've ever remembered.
Oh, so you're trying to pull one over on me?
No. Well, okay. Set up the scene for us, Jerry.
Oh, jeez. Hold on. Let me look at the notes. Oh, we're in the waiting room.
Okay.
And the father's pacing back and forth.
All right.
Because fathers don't go in when women are getting pregnant.
Yes, that is that is not how things work anymore. So, but like I guess we could. You know how like in some like in the Tim Burton Batman movies, even though it takes place in the 80s, there's still a bunch of like 1950s stuff going on.
Oh, I
Like
thought that was
1930.
in the 50s.
No, no. There's like there's just like anachronistic style choices. We could do it like that. Like this is taking place in present day, but we do just happen to have this like 1950s situation going on where the father is in the waiting room while the mother gives birth.
Yeah, and there's like an old lady sitting there waiting as well for something, and she's smoking.
Okay. Yes.
There's ashtrays.
All right. All right. So yes, keep going.
And he's pacing back and forth, and the old lady says, "No sense in being nervous. I'm sure everything's going to be fine."
Okay. Yeah.
And he goes, "How can you be so sure?"
And she goes, "Well, I've been around for a while and I've seen a lot." And
Yeah, honey, I've pushed out 7.
And
That's something they used to say, I think.
I don't know if someone would say that.
Well, this lady does.
Yeah. And he goes, "You've had 7 kids?" And she goes, "No, I got diarrhea. I've been in the bathroom all day.
I've put you out 7 since you've been pacing. Now stop.
Yeah.
It's been forever."
And he sits down.
He's like, "Jesus Christ, I only have
I guess this lady's pretty wise.
Yes. And a nurse comes out.
No, I don't have any kids. I just love shitting.
And she's
And
drinking.
he sits down and he goes, "Me too."
Yeah, she's drinking coffee out of a styrofoam cup, smoking cigarettes.
Yeah. The nurse.
And-
Everyone's smoking.
Yeah. And she puts out a cigarette, and we see the ashtray next to her, and it's got like...
She puts the cigarette in the coffee and then gulps it down.
No, she ashes in the coffee.
Yeah.
Takes a sip.
Oh, I actually kind of like that as just like a visual indicator of
Her craziness?
what a smoky, gross time this is.
Yeah,
She's ashing directly into the drink she's drinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's so much smoke in the room.
Yeah,
It's
we're really setting up a grotesque reality.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And the nurse comes out,
Mm-hmm.
and she's a candy striper. What?
No, I don't
Great.
know. It just tickled me.
And she says, "We have good news." And he jumps up like, "It's a boy?" And she goes, "No, sir, sit down. It's not for you. It's for her."
We figured out a way to stop your shitting. And the lady goes, "That's terrible news."
Yeah. It turns out that you
Turns
don't...
out she wanted to shit more.
Yeah, the nurse is like, "Ma'am, it turns out you don't have lung cancer. It's just an intestinal problem."
And she goes, "Oh, thank God."
Oh, thank God.
And then the nurse hands her a cigarette.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm the super of this building, so I have to look at the phone when I get attention.
Okay. All right. Okay. So
she's
yeah.
so she's like, "Oh, that's good news, but bad news." And the nurse is like, "Yes, okay." And then she goes to leave, and the guy gets up and goes, "Excuse me, nursey."
And then the nurse looks at him and goes, "You got lucky with that one," and points to her name tag, and it says Nurse Nursey.
That's really funny. "What can I do you for?" And he goes, I'm just wondering how my wife is doing. She's in birth."
"Oh, she should have been born a long time ago. She's your wife."
You sick fuck. No. I mean, she's given it.
Oh.
No, you know what I mean. I'm just nervous. I haven't heard anything, and I'm worried, and I'm nervous. And she goes,
Yeah.
"Listen, sit down, and I'll be right back. I'm gonna go see. I'm gonna go peek in to see what's going on."
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
And he sits down and he goes, "Oh God, that's what you told me 10 minutes, an hour ago."
Hmm.
And she goes, "Sir, I'll be right back. I swear." So then she leaves, and then he's like, "Oh." And then the old lady goes, "Do you want to smoke?" And he goes,
Okay. I
"No."
think we got.
No, wait, I'm not done with her yet.
Jesus.
And he goes, "No, no, no. You know what? Fine." So he takes a
Oh.
cigarette, and she leans over and lights it, or he leans over to her and she lights it for him.
Hmm.
And she goes, "Well, I might as well have another one as well." And she takes out another cigarette, but right before she lights it, we hear a grumbling, like, and she goes, "Oh God, here comes number 8."
Wait, this is a different character.
What do you mean?
The old lady was the one that had the intestinal issues. This is the nurse.
No, no, the nurse left to go check out what's
I
going
thought
on.
this was the okay.
No,
All
no,
right.
listen.
Yeah.
She
Okay.
left. He sits back down and goes, "Oh God," and he starts sweating. And she
This
goes,
is like
"You
every
need to have a
fucking. But
cigarette."
this is all cigarettes and shitting. Like we have to have more going on.
Look,
I sent the whole outline, and none of the stuff I've sent is in
we're
this
getting
scenario.
there. We're
Oh,
building character.
okay. All right. We have 40 minutes left, by the way.
Okay, and she gets her stomach growling. Her stomach starts growling, and she's like, "Oh God, here comes number 8." And then she leaves, and she's gone forever. Okay, happy.
Okay. Okay. My name is not Happy.
All right, listen, happy. Um. So she's gone, never to be
Uh-huh.
seen again.
Okay. Well,
And
now
he's
I
sitting
miss
there,
her.
and he's like sitting there smoking, and then he looks at a cigarette,
And
and
there's
he's like,
shit all over it.
No. He's like, "Oh God, I don't smoke," and he puts it out. And then the nurse comes back, and she comes in, and she comes in. She's like all like pissed, kind of, because there's smoke, all like a lot of smoke now in the air from his cigarette that he just lit.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Sir, if you have to smoke this much, you need to go outside." And he's like, "But never mind."
I like that they don't have a no smoking policy, but they're just like, there's a limit.
Sir, there's a limit.
There's a limit. And it's not a hard and fast limit, but we expect that you'll be reasonable.
Yeah. um, and he goes, "Is there any good news?" And she goes, "Well, there's news."
Oh.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And then he goes, "Well, what's the news?"
Fucking shit. What?
And she goes, "Well, I'd rather show you than tell you." And he goes, "Okay." And she goes, "Follow me."
Mhm.
So then they, now what's the first part of your script?
Oh my gosh. The first part of my script is expectant parents live near an abandoned house that becomes inhabited by cultists who are trying to incarnate their deity on Earth. So good luck marrying that to this scene.
So then he goes into the room where they pull the baby out.
Yep. I think they have a name for those rooms, but go on.
What is it?
The delivery room.
Oh, yes, her. And he says, like, there's a room, the doctors in like the full on masks and the little hats and the gowns. It's a ball.
I like the idea that you've never left your house, and you've just been watching movies with the sound off. And that's where all of your knowledge of the world comes from. You don't know the word.
Truth.
You don't know the word for. You don't know the words for anything, but you vaguely know what things look like.
This is not far from the truth. Okay. So then he walks in, and it's kind of like everyone stops what they're doing. All the doctors that are fully clothed. I'm trying so hard here.
Yeah.
And the wife is in the gurney thing with the legs open
on her bed. Okay, yeah. Go on. The wife's in the fucking hammock. I don't know.
You know that the birthing hammock?
Yeah, go
That'd be
on.
great. It's new age. No, it's old age. And they all stop. Like he walked in with three heads,
Uh-huh.
and then he slowly walks. We see him slowly walking towards the scene of the birth, and he he's like kind of got his finger by his lip, and he's like nervous, and he goes, "Well, is it a boy?" And then the nurses, they all just look at each other, and then the doctor comes out from behind the nurses, and he takes off.
I like the reveal.
Yeah,
Why are there so many nurses?
they're just like full of nurses. There's like 40.
Yeah.
Well, because this
I
is a
like the
crazy
idea
event.
that the doctor is like a foot shorter than the nurses. So when
Yes.
they separate, it reveals them.
Yes, exactly. So he walks forward, and he pulls a string on his mask, and he takes and the mask falls down. The face the mask. No, I mean
Yeah.
the mouth guard mask,
Yeah, the
mouth and nose
mask.
guard mask, and
The mask.
the mask, the
The
surgical
surgical
mask.
mask.
Oh,
Yes.
perfect.
You could have just said mask. Everyone, the context clues.
Well, I don't know. Mask could be anything. Anyway, and it's still hanging from one ear.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, "Sir," he's kind of twiddling his fingers. He's like, "Sir, um, well, I never had to explain something like this before, but baby's bones."
Baby's bones?
Yeah, he's like, "Your baby's bones."
Would he maybe say your baby is bones?
That's a strange thing to say.
Well, it's a lot less strange than baby's bones.
Your baby's bones.
What about them? What about my baby's
Well,
bones?
he goes, yeah, that's what he says. He says,
Okay, I got you.
he goes, well, what about him? Are they strong or are they frail?
What? Why does he immediately go to a binary?
Because he's so nervous.
Yeah.
Because he's thinking, boy, girl,
Strong, frail.
strong, frail. And he goes, no, they're very strong, very, very strong,
That's not something they test, but go on.
like very strong. And he goes, it's just that your baby's bones.
Ah.
And he goes,
Yes?
yes. So he has strong bones. He goes, Nursey, just show him.
Okay.
And then the nurse comes up with the baby like in full cloth, and you hear crying, and then he brings it slow. She slowly walks towards the camera, and we cut to a look on his face like anxious but scared. And what is so funny?
Those two competing emotions. He was happy but delighted.
And she hasn't the baby cradled in her arms, covered in cloth, linen, and she presents it to him, and he goes to grab it, but she kind of pulls back a little bit.
She's teasing him.
And then she nods to the other nurse, and then the other nurse comes over and she removes the cloth from the baby's face.
Mm-hmm. Oh fuck.
Yeah, and then we have a cut of his face. We cut to him looking down at it, and he moves closer towards the camera as he's going into for the look, and then now we cut to the view of the nurse with the baby, and we're just going in, and we can see now as the shadows open up that it's just a bag of bones.
So, can I do an alternate just for that last shot?
Yeah.
I like the idea of taking it right from the nurses pulling down the cloth, and I like like not shadow, just like bare light,
Yeah,
just going really, really bold and like
because it's a surgical room.
yeah, and like that the
Surgical
cloth
mask.
is the cloth no not the mask, the cloth is pulled down and we just see a skull,
Yeah.
like
Okay, that's great.
that image of just a skull in
Oh
this
yeah,
like a swaddled baby and like a clean skull, like white
yeah.
skull. Yeah.
And then we cut back to him immediately, and he goes,
And then the music starts playing.
no, no, no,
Baby
wait, wait,
bones.
no, not yet, almost.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
then we cut back to the baby, the nurse holding the baby, and she holds it up, and then we see now that it's moving, and it goes, and that's when the music starts.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then we cut back to him, like scared, but then like maybe a little smile creeping on before we cut to the black screen with credits. No, no,
Yeah.
no, not black screen with credits. We cut to a drone shot of an open field and a house far off in the distance.
Okay. Yeah.
Ooh, that's a cool theme.
Yeah, I like it. And there's like in the like you know how in intergalactic you can hear them saying intergalactic planetary, but you
it's all-
can't
yeah.
quite hear it. Like
You know, it
there's-
took me years to understand what they were saying.
Me too. And there's almost like plausible deniability that there's even words there. Like that
Yeah.
could just be. But so like something like that too, where it's like na baby bones, like
Yeah.
baby bones, baby bones, baby bones, baby bones, baby bones, na baby. We'll get Danny Elfman to do it. I think.
Oh, that is so Elfman.
Yeah, I think he's been canceled, so we can get him cheap.
Great.
Yeah.
I think he's jacked and has tattoos now. He kind of went the Carrot Top route because they're both ginger.
He seems like a fucking terrible guy.
Really?
Yeah.
Just
I
'cause
mean,
he's a
not
ginger?
even knowing about any of the stuff he did. I'm saying just like his face and the way he moves his mouth.
His face is crazy. He put out a
Yeah.
really cool song over the pandemic called "I'm So Happy."
Yeah. Okay, enough about Danny Elfman.
I was gonna say musical score, Danny Elfman.
Yeah.
So we just have the cameras flying over cornfields.
Mm-hmm.
We're kind of looking down at the cornfield
Okay.
as we see the credits.
Yeah.
And then, just as we get to written and directed by Jerry.
What? You want me to keep your last name in there?
Oh, I didn't know we were in disguise.
Well, that's okay.
Um,
I was thinking you were Jerry Tom and I was Tom Jerry.
that's great. Written and directed by Jerry Tom Jerry.
I love it.
How about it just says written and directed by Jerry Tom?
Why don't I get a credit?
Because Tom and Jerry. No, that's our name.
It's like you've married me.
And kept your first name.
and I disappeared.
Okay.
Go on.
Just as it says that, the drone shot pans up, and we see a farmhouse coming now into view. Baby bones, baby bones, baby bones, baby bones. And there's like a hi-hat, a crash.
Yeah.
And then the drone top shot stabilizes, and we just see the farmhouse.
Mm-hmm.
And then we see a car pulling up the long driveway, and pulling in front. And then we cut to them in the car.
Okay. All right. And they're bringing the baby home?
Yeah.
All right. So I think at this point we should reveal the other house just beyond the cornfield too. We get like another shot where it's them getting out of the cars and silhouetted in the background across from the cornfield is this other dark, fucked up, dilapidated house, right?
Yes.
And right before they bring their baby into the house for a second, the mother just kind of scornfully looks at that house because she knows they had something to do with this.
Well, yeah, maybe there should be a comment from her saying, Well, let's get into the house before the neighbors see us.
Before
And
we were running with the neighbors.
before,
No, I
yeah,
don't know. Well, no, this is
and he's like,
that
"Are
that
you
im-
embarrassed
that.
of our child?"
Well, that's a totally different implication than what I'm saying.
Oh,
Because what I'm saying is, she knows that these neighbors who are these cultists. I don't know. I mean, we can drop. Let's just, drop my outline. Take it wherever you want. But remember, we only have like a half hour left. So
and she goes, "Well, yeah, no." So then they're going home. They go inside the house, and the door closes on before the camera goes in,
yeah,
and then now we're inside the house.
okay,
And well, you know more about what it's like to bring a baby home.
I do. And
So
so
what
far,
happens?
you bring when you what?
Like, set up the first scene. Like, okay, now they have a baby.
I don't want to go. I don't want to review in my head what that was like. It was incredibly stressful. So just
Exactly, we need that.
Oh my gosh! Like we know we're going at a snail's pace. We gotta tell this story. Let's maybe
Oh,
yeah. Maybe
okay.
we do a montage that gets us through the first
No,
year
no,
of
no,
this
no.
baby's
Oh,
life.
it's great. I just got it. So
Okay.
then we follow them into the house, and the baby's like kind of, and then we don't see the baby because it's wrapped in the linens,
Yeah.
bloody linen for some reason.
It's not bloody.
Okay,
And the baby doesn't have blood.
that's
It's
true.
bones.
So then the camera goes to the house. Okay, it didn't say written and directed by Jerry Tom yet because we're
Mhm.
saving that for this second.
Okay.
Where they go into the house and there's a center. The front door is centered of the frame,
Hmm.
and they walk in to the dark house, and then they close the doors. And it's like an old farmhouse, so you hear the screen door like, and then they close the door, and then it says written and directed by Jerry Tom, and then a black screen.
In in memory of Tom Jerry.
And then black screen, and then the black screen finally it says 1 year later,
Hmm.
or it should be 2.
Let's do 2.
Okay,
So it's a toddler.
24 months later. You know how people always do that with babies? Oh, he's 28 months old. Okay, just say he's 3.
No, there's reasons for that because there's developmental milestones attached to months, not year.
I don't care.
Fair
No
enough.
one cares about your babies. Um, so it says 24 months later. And then we open up.
We could probably say 2 years later.
Okay, we'll debate that later.
We do 24 months in parentheses, 2 years.
2 years. Yeah. It's for everyone. This is a fully enclosed film.
Yep. Let's see if you know that word. Nope.
This
Go
film
on.
is enclosed. And then we open up, and it's just like really cool 80s pop music, like, and the
Okay.
baby is just running around the house,
Yeah.
and but first we only get a close-up of his legs and his feet running,
Little bone legs.
little bone leg.
Yeah. Oh, the
What's
sound
his-
of, yeah.
What's his name?
Frederick.
Frederick,
Yeah.
Frederick,
And-
get back here!
Yeah.
Because the
Yeah.
dad's like chasing him because he's done something, but he's done something silly.
And because the baby doesn't have, because we've established this baby has very strong bones, and it doesn't have like fleshy fingers. It's kind of got sharp fingers and toes. It starts crawling. It starts sticking its fingers and toes into the wall and crawling up the wall real fast. Yeah. And we notice there's fucking little holes all over the house because
Yeah,
of that.
and he has a marker or something, and he's been going around marking everything up with red
Who
marker.
has? The baby?
And that's why the dad's running after him with the washcloth.
Yeah.
And he goes, Frederick! And then the mother comes out she steps out of the kitchen with an apron on, and she goes, do you need me to step in and handle this?
Okay. Go on.
And he goes, no, no, darling. I've got it.
I love your grasp on family dynamics in the 21st century.
And he goes, no, no, I've got this. And as he says that, we see Frederick run across the other room in the background.
Yeah.
And she goes, oh, yeah, you look like you got it, sweetheart. I'll be in the kitchen baking. And now what?
Now what? Okay, so let me take a look. They should be having. Why? Wait, we have 20 minutes left. They have not dealt with the reality that their child has been born bones. So
Yeah.
let me do a little bit of backtracking there. First of all, there there is a meeting with the doctor, and the doctor basically goes, "There's nothing. This is all happening before they brought him home. So we're backtracking a little bit, and the doctor's like, I've never seen anything like this. I've been delivering babies for decades now.
And I've been a human for most of my life, and I've
Yeah.
never seen
This shit
anything
just
like
doesn't fucking happen. Do you have any reason why this might happen? Is this run in your family? Are you like, or have you had any run? And he's saying all these things, and they're like, no. He's like, have you run into any like, I don't know, fucking magic? And like, they kind of look nervous, and he goes, what's up? And they go like, our neighbors are
magic.
black magic practitioners.
Whoa.
I emphasized the wrong word.
Okay, go on.
Black magic.
Black magic.
We think anyway. They wear robes all the time. They're always lighting candles. We find like, strange pentagrams burnt into our corn.
This really sounds like a lot of work.
and Richard, that's the father, might have run afoul of them. And the doctor goes,
I don't understand those words. He's like, he
goes,
ran them a bird?
My duck got out and ran up and shit all over their lawn.
And the doctor's like, okay, you just described people who wear certain kind of clothes and do certain kind of thing, but nothing magical.
And he goes,
I need to hear something magical.
Okay, Jerry, help me.
And they go, well, there are magical things that do happen. It's just, I need a second to think about it.
It's like in the beginning of Big Trouble in Little China, where the lawyer is like, I don't believe in magic. And then the old man shows him electricity with his fingers. But that can't happen here. That doesn't make sense in this context.
Because they're not magical. It's the neighbors.
I'm getting so hungry. I'm getting a little shaky. So I have to go grab something to snack on. Think while I'm gone. I'll be right back, okay?
Okay. Magic, neighbors, babies, doctors, magic doctors. They floating. So they saw something float. What is that?
It's just bullshit. Sorry about that. You go. Just tell me what the fuck is happening.
All right, so I thought of something. He goes, "You need to tell me something magical, or this conversation's over." And he goes, "Oh, I remember. We saw something float once."
Okay.
And he goes, "Floating, yes. Okay, I'll accept that."
This
So
is a
that-
doctor.
Yeah, the doctor finally accepted that the neighbors are magical.
Okay.
And he goes, "But I can't take your word for it, so I'm going to come over later."
Why does the doctor need to do this?
It's something to do with the insurance.
Go on. Yeah.
So then they're like, "Okay. Wait, are we in the past?"
It's unclear.
No, the doctor. Okay, we're gonna go back a little bit, but we're still in the future. And
Oh, I thought you meant like what time period? Yeah, we're in the past.
no.
Okay. Wait.
So then,
Okay.
as they're running around, the doctor called. Remember, we're in the house and the baby was running around with the
So
marker.
they've spent 2 years just being like the baby's bones. I guess is that what you're
Yeah,
telling me?
and then the doctor's like calls.
He's like, hey, I was just thinking about it. Why is your baby bones?
I've had a lot going on, and I finally sat down and thought, no.
That
He's
was
like,
weird.
he was like, "Listen, would you come to my office? I want to just discuss some stuff."
Yeah.
And when they go into the office, he starts off by saying, "I'm retiring this year and I'm writing a book about my experiences, and I want to include."
Who the fuck would read that book?
It's great.
About like an OBGYN?
That's who delivers babies?
I think so.
I don't know. I thought they were doctors.
OBGYNs are doctors.
But baby doctors.
I
Not
think they
vagina
are.
doctors.
Well, that's what the OB part is.
Oh, baby?
Obstetrician.
Oh. He's like, "Listen, I'm writing this novel, and
Oh, it's a novel about veterinary? Okay.
he's like, I really would love to include, the case of Frederick in it." And so then they talk, they agree, and then they start talking about the neighbors. He's like, "Listen, I would love to come over and experience this because I can't take your word for it. I'm writing a book."
Wait, no. Okay, never mind. Yeah.
And they go, "Okay, sure. Come over tonight and we'll show you these neighbors with their magic that's dark and their possible levitation that we've noticed."
Okay.
And he's like, "Okay, great." So he comes over and they made a whole big dinner for him. Wait, listen, the baby has not been in this movie that much. We need more.
This movie, this is listen, we've been working on this movie for 50 minutes. We have about 5 minutes of a movie. So let's keep going with this short film. But let's remember, we're not doing a feature length. Let's start getting into where we're going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they go over it and the baby is so the doctor like comes out and they're like he's like, "Oh, hello," and they're like welcoming him, and they go, "Join us in the dining room. The food is almost done." And he goes, "Oh, great! I love coming."
This is the parents,
Yeah, he's at their farmhouse now.
Richard and Sasha.
Sure. Dick and Sash.
Okay.
What? That's cool.
Fair enough.
And he goes, "Oh my God, I love walking to our house and immediately being fed.
Yeah.
Who doesn't?" And they go, "Great." And so then they sit down at the table and he goes, "Oh, well, where's Frederick?" And they go, "Frederick!"
And then you look up and he's crawling on the ceiling.
Is he?
Yeah.
I was going to have him come downstairs in a bow tie.
Okay, I like that. He's
Yeah.
2 years old. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
And he comes
Is he
down,
wearing a suit or just the bow tie?
just the bow
Like
tie.
just a skeleton and a bow tie.
Hmm.
Okay.
And since he's like a skeleton, like for some reason he advances very quickly, so
He
he
has
can
to be
talk.
wearing a diaper.
No, nothing happens.
Oh yeah, I guess. Yeah, I guess so.
And he comes down, and the doctor's like, "Oh, Frederick, how much you've grown!" And he goes, "Hi, doc."
Uh-huh.
And
He'd probably say like, "Hi, doctor."
"Hi, doctor." Um, and he says, "Oh, hello."
So why is this kid Bones?
Well, that's what we're getting to at the table.
Okay. Yeah.
And so they're all sitting at the table, and he goes, "It's been 24 months, 2 years, that I've been really thinking about Frederick and the situation. And I think I've come to a conclusion of why this has happened."
Okay.
And the mother and Dick and Sash are like really excited, but nervous.
Mm-hmm.
And they look at each other, and they actually grab hands, and they
Mm-hmm.
go,
Yep. Grab hands. That's how we. That's how we refer to that thing.
they grab hands, and then they're like, "Well, what do you think happened?" And he goes, "I think it's a severe case of voodoo."
Let's not do voodoo. Let's not do a real religion.
What?
It's a real religion. Let's not do
Who
voodoo.
gives a fuck?
I don't want to do it. Just say
You are so religious.
it's true. Just make it a different type of magic.
Okay,
Just
he
make it
goes, "I
magic.
think it's um uh what's that dark version of Judaism? It's Kabbalah."
I, uh, I think it's Judaism. I think the Jews got to your baby. I was just like, hey man, I don't want to be like religiously insensitive, and you're like, okay, so it's the Jews.
I was gonna say Kabbalah. That's dark.
At least you just say like, hey, I think it's fucking black magic. Like
Yeah,
I
it
think
goes.
like,
All right, he goes, "I think it's black magic."
yeah.
And they go, "The neighbors."
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, "Listen,
But so this is the first time it's occurring to them.
yeah. Well, yeah,
They
because
are
the
dumb.
doctor's the only one that's been asking them about the voodoo."
Why wouldn't they be curious about why their baby is a fucking skeleton? They would be the most curious.
Because they just love him. He's so adorable.
Okay, if that's the logic you want to go with,
Maybe they're just like, we'll think about it later.
I think they have to be weird and in on it. If that's the case,
Okay,
yeah,
take us there.
you take me there. I'm
Listen, I've
too
been
hungry.
saying a lot.
Yes, and you've completely deviated from the like 10-page plot line I made.
What was the middle plot point then?
Oh my god. Okay. So basically this cult is trying to grow a body for their deity, and they're using various children throughout the world to do it. Throughout the country to do it. So this kid is meant to grow bones for their like evil god. And like there's another kid out there that's just skin. But like I don't think we can build that into it.
No.
Like so I think we're going to save that for next episode where we give this plot another shot. But let's keep on with this version.
He he goes, "Yeah, it's definitely black magics." And he they're like, "It's got to be the neighbors. They're the only black magicists that we know."
I think we could just say magic.
Magicians?
Yeah, magicians.
We don't know any other magicians. And he goes, "You mentioned levitation earlier. Is there any way we can possibly spy on them?"
Okay. So they go. Oh my god, go on. Yeah, I have no. Yeah, I want
And
to see where your mind brings
he
us.
goes, actually, they usually do it on the weekends around midnight,
Okay.
and it's 11:30.
Wow, and their kid is still up.
Yeah, and they're just eating dinner.
Yeah, Italians.
Yeah. No, my parents eat dinner at 2 p.m.
Okay, I thought Italians eat late. No, yeah, Italians eat early.
Early. Yes.
Yeah.
Um. So then he's like, "Yes, we can go through the cornfield, and I'll show you where I've seen it." And he goes, "Okay, great."
I think only one parent would take the doctor.
Yeah. And the
This
mother.
is a very stupid movie, by the way, but go on.
So then they go through the cornfield, and it's dark. And then they see the farmhouse ahead of them, and they're like, "There it is." And he goes, "Okay." And then he goes, "Now,
You know, I think I'm going to make a rule that no more characters can say okay.
okay." There it is. Okay. So then he goes, "Now we just wait, and you'll see levitations." And then he's like, "Okay." I mean, no, he doesn't. Sorry, he doesn't say okay. He goes, "Great." So then they're sitting there watching, and all of a sudden the back door opens, and the family of 5 floats out.
Okay.
They float out, and he goes, "See."
Oh, and then wind blows, and you can see that they ripple because none of them have bones.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They ripple.
they ripple in the wind.
They're like flags. They're just like blowing in the wind. And he goes, "They seem to be extremely
See how they
malleable."
ripple like flags blowing in the wind.
This is going along with my theory. He goes, "Your theory?" He's like, "Yes, your neighbors are flags."
All right, please. We need to start wrapping up.
Listen, I'm trying. I
Yeah.
don't know
Okay.
what to do.
Okay. All right. So let's just get to the situation. Let's just do an overview of the situation. The baby was born as bones. The parents not at all concerned. The doctor curious. The doctor wanting to appease his curiosity or satiate his curiosity and write his book goes to visit the family. The family, again, not at all concerned that their baby is bones, says, "I think it's our magician neighbors, our magic sorcerer neighbors." He goes, "Fine, everything. I'm down. Let's go spy on them. I'm a doctor about to retire." And he goes. They all go. They see them levitating and rippling. Um, it all checks out. So I think, yeah,
Oh, we cut back to Sasha and Frederick in the house. And Frederick's helping her clean up the dishes.
he's 2 years old
Well,
and
he's very
bones.
advanced.
Okay.
And he's bringing over the dishes to his mother, and the mother's like, "Isn't it so wonderful that Doctor so and so stopped by?"
Give him a name, Dr. Ramirez.
Ramirez, isn't that a serial killer?
There's a lot of people named Ramirez. They're not all serial killers.
Yeah, I don't know. Have you checked? Anyway, so isn't it so wonderful that Doctor Ramirez has stopped to see us again after 24 months? And the baby's like, and he has
Okay.
the plates in his hand, and all of a sudden he stops short and drops the plates.
Yeah.
And the mother goes, "Freddie!"
Yeah.
And then the baby stops, walks backwards, and then just leaves and starts walking out the back door.
Okay. Backwards.
No,
Okay.
forward. He's not a freak.
He's not a freak. He's just a living skeleton.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she goes, "Freddie, where you going? Freddie!" And he's just still walking. And then he's walking through the cornfield. But the mother, for some reason, hesitates. She lets him get far enough away that she has to run to him through the
Okay.
corn.
she, she's like, let's see where this goes.
She's like, "Well, I got to clean up the plates first."
Yeah.
And so then she's like, Freddy's like, "Oh, baby," he just starts running.
Okay.
And she's like, "Freddy!" And then he runs into the corn. We see him disappear into the corn. And then she's running after him. And we get a cool shot of her like running through the corn, like a profile view of her running through the corn. And the corn passing really fast. And we see him running too. And then she gets to the doctor and Dick. They're talking by next to where they can spy on the house.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Oh my God, Sasha's wrong." And she goes, "It's Freddy. He's running to the field." And he goes, "What?" And the doctor goes, "Oh dear, I think I know what's happening. They've called him."
So
And they go,
let me backtrack a little bit. The doctor is not writing a book about his
"What?"
experiences. No, just the one detail. The doctor has some. Okay, never mind. Go on.
And I just want to erase that pointless detail for this amazing character. That's what you were
No,
thinking.
please go. He says, "I think I know what's going on."
Yes. He goes, "They've called him." And then Sasha's like, "They've called him what?" He goes, "No, they've called him back home."
Mm-hmm.
And then Sasha and Dick are like, "What?" And then the doctor turns and looks. And he goes, "See?" And you see the baby bones running like super fast towards them. And they're all levitating, flapping like flags in the wind in a semicircle. And then the baby bones, they go, "No!" Or the mother and father go, "No, Freddy!" And then they look over and they see them in the corn. And they go,
I think the mother should say, "This isn't how you said it would be," because we need them to be in on it to some extent for them to be so blasé about their child being bones.
"No, they're just very nice people."
Fine,
And they go,
fuck you, fine.
and then they go, the flag people. And then Freddy is still running towards them. He starts levitating towards them. And now he's flying towards them. And then they circle him. And then they take him into the house.
Okay.
And they go, and Dick's like, "We've got to get him." And the doctor's like, "Oh no, they've got him." And they go, "What did they want with him?" And he goes,
What would a boneless family want with a baby?
"Who's just
Bones.
bones."
A baby is bone. A baby is bones.
And Sash goes, "Love?" And he goes, "No."
Bones.
"Bones, you idiot." I basically
They want
fed
his
you the
bones.
answer.
Then she goes, "His bones are too small, and there's not enough for all of them."
No, it's the child that they want the bones for, to carry on the seed of life for them.
How do you know all this, Dr. Ramirez?
And he, all of a sudden,
Rips his skin off. No, go on.
yes.
Yes.
Well, no, I was going to say this.
Was it Jerry Tom or was it Tom Cherry?
Stay tuned to find out. And he goes, "Because I am Bone Man."
I don't think he says "I am Bone." Well, it's "I am Bone Man," but there's a comma after bone. Like, "I am Bone Man."
Yeah. He goes, "Because I have this, my parents,
Because I am Frederick's father.
Oh.
That's why Frederick was born Bones.
I was going to say that because he was raised in the same situation.
I love that. That's better.
He goes, yes, he goes, because I. He goes,
But when Dick sees that the doctor is Bones, he goes, "You been fucking the doctor?"
yeah. He goes, "No, you idiots. I grew up in this house you live in."
Yes, yes.
Yeah, yeah. And he goes, and my family was terrorized by the magic neighbors as well.
But I got free and grew to be man bones
Well,
and
no,
bought this skin with
and
money
they,
I earned.
no, and they're like, but how did you? He goes, that's right. I also was given skin by them.
Okay.
He goes, so
No, he's like, I did battle with them and took their skin for my own.
yes,
Yeah.
and it turned
And
out to
now
be
Freddy must do the same.
yes. They're like, so don't worry. I think this is all going to be a good thing.
Except I was like 20 when that happened. He's 2. So,
But he seems very smart.
let's hope for the best. And then
And then like,
Richard
so I
and
guess
Sasha are like, "No, let's go help him or save him."
yeah.
Yeah. So he
So
goes,
that
"All right." So now they bust into the house. The doctor's fully bones. They're normal. And they go, "Give us back Frederick." And they see the people flapping through the dark hall really fast with Frederick in tow, going, ah, with his little bone arms and legs.
correct.
Yeah.
And they go, what's the doctor's name? Maurice?
Uh, what?
The doctor?
Dr. Ramirez.
Oh yeah. Oh, Maurice Ramirez. It's been a long time. This is what they're saying.
That's what the flag people say. You could hear them in the distance.
Hmm.
You took our grandfather's skin.
He goes, yes, but look how much I've accomplished in my life.
Look what I've done with it.
They go, yes, I guess you are correct. You are not a lazy bastard.
And when we give our child Frederick's bones, perhaps he will make something of himself as well.
Yes. Can you help him through medical school? He
He's like,
goes,
I'm not here to help. I'm here to save the child.
yes, but he's like, but we're giving him skin. Don't you see this? We're not
Don't you see
bad.
this? We're not hurting one child, we're saving 2.
Oh,
And as a doctor,
that's
as a
great.
medical professional, isn't that your Hippocratic oath to always save 2 children when the alternative is to save only 1?
He goes, maybe, but I've never done hip surgery. And he starts fighting him with a sword.
So stupid. um, well, no, he's stuck. He goes, perhaps, yes, I would be saving 2 lives. You say the boy can't live without bones. And they go, no, he's not strong enough. He's not like us. And he goes, then I can't in good conscience allow him to die. But at the same time, I can't doom this child to be imprisoned by another boy's skin, another boy's living skin. And they go, but look, the boys are friends. And we see the 2-year-olds, one all skin and one all bones, playing together and laughing. And Richard and Sasha are like, aw. And they're like, perhaps it was meant to be. Perhaps what we call black magic is the true religion.
Yes. And then the screen goes black. And it says 2 years later and 24 months in parentheses.
Yeah. Oh no, the 24 months is crossed out now because we're at 4 years and you're not doing months anymore.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then it crosses out. And then the screen fades into Frederick playing.
He's got skin now.
Yo, he's got skin.
Too much, you might say.
It's just hanging off of it. They didn't amend it correctly. I don't know. How do we finish this?
Oh, okay. So he's in school. He's in nursery school. And he's playing. And there's another little boy who's like, "Hi, my name is Brian. What's your name?" He goes, "My name is Frederick David." And he goes, "Whoa, you have two names." And he goes, "That's because I'm two boys. Say hello to Frederick." And he pulls his lips back, and it's a skull head. And he goes,
Yeah, and the kid goes, ah! And runs away. Credits.
This is a stupid fucking movie.
That was fucking stupid. I love it.
Okay. We'll give it another shot next week.
It should just be called Trying to Finish Baby Bones.
Yeah.
The many.
Do you think this is a salvageable episode?
I think something happened.
Okay. I am trying to make the show good.
Wow. Yeah, well, then it's not going to help.